If you're honest with yourself, I very much doubt you lack discipline. The reason you keep going back to overeating, snacking, skipping the workout, scrolling in bed when you should be winding down is not a willpower or discipline problem at all. It is the same nervous system mechanism that wakes you at 3 a.m. And once you understand it, the shame around your inconsistency can finally drop and you can push forward with building new habits. So, this is part 3 of a 6-part series. If you've not watched the first 2 videos, the link is in the description. So, the part nobody is connecting for you is this: your nervous system has one job, that's to keep you alive. When it's running on high alert, fight or flight mode, survival, whatever you want to call it, which is most of the time for many women in perimenopause, the default rule is simple. Familiar is safe, new is dangerous. Okay, because familiar has kept you alive, hasn't it? Even if familiar is everything from smoking cigarettes to snacking to skipping a workout, it's familiar. So when you try to build a new habit, or you try to eat differently, or train differently, or sleep differently, your nervous system reads the new pattern as a threat and pulls you back to what it knows. Okay, so overeating, snacking, the wine in the evening, the scrolling, the skip workouts. Those things are familiar. And to your nervous system, familiar equals alive. So this is why you can go, good for a few days, even a few weeks, and then collapse back to the old habits. That's not a weakness in your character. It's your body doing exactly what it's designed to do to keep you safe. Okay. I know that cycle very well. I'm raising twins on my own. And when they were very young, I was on very little sleep, 2 to 4 hours for many, many months. I had a huge amount of overwhelm and I kept trying to stay consistent with food and routine and habits. But I kept going back to the old familiar things like eating to numb and snacking. And every time it happened, I told myself the same lie that everyone tells themselves, lock in, get discipline, just stick to routine and you'll find the solutions. What I understand now is that I was trying to build everything on basically no foundation. Okay. So if a man in his 30s wants to make change, his nervous system can absorb the push of change. He has hormonal buffer, higher stress tolerance, faster recovery. In a perimenopause female body, that buffer isn't there. The progesterone has dropped, your stress tolerance has dropped, and the same push that you did in your 30s now tips you into burnout. Usually you see the pattern, you do a few good days, your sleep dips, your energy drops, and you find yourself back at square one. The shame and the self-blame chip away at your confidence and your self-trust. So over years, that really compounds, into believing something's wrong with you and you can't actually succeed with change. There's nothing wrong with you at all. The map you've been given was just the wrong map for your body. So an example of this is Melissa, who came into the membership, and she was forgetting basic things during the day, opening the car window to stay awake on the drive, completely wired at night and unable to switch off. She had tried, like most of us, tried everything, and by month 3 of working through this properly, her nervous system became more resilient. She was building the foundation. Her bandwidth came back. And the consistency she'd been chasing for years started to feel almost easy. So another example, she didn't need more discipline. She gave the body the foundation it needed, and then the rest follows. So what I really want to paint the picture here is that you can make massive change without huge effort if you look at the root cause of why you can't do it in the first place. Okay. And that's all around the regulation piece. So in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what that foundation looks like. It's not one tool, it's not just breathwork on its own or meditation. It's a system with 5 pieces working together. And most women have only ever been given maybe one piece at a time. And that's why nothing has ever stuck. Okay, so the link is pinned in the comments and I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video.